Hi, Jeff Spira here again, and I'd like you to check out Tyler Graham's Tiburon Panga build in this video. If you'd like to see free downloadable study prints for this, the link is right down below. And if you like this and want to see more of these, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell on this video so you'll know when the next ones are coming. Anyway, let's take a look at it.
All right, welcome to the wooden boat building YouTube experience. This is a Spira. Well, first let me introduce myself. My name's Tyler Grams, and that is my girlfriend over there. She went out of the camera. But basically what we're doing is we're building a wooden boat out of pine and plywood. So I guess what I'll do is walk you through what I've done so far, and kind of explain how I've gone about this so far. First, we started with a strong back jig. You can see here, this piece here. This is basically what is going to hold up your boat while you're working on the entire hull. Here, let me get you close in here. Say hi. And all right, so basically all it is, this is a Jeff Spira boat. If you don't know who he is, look him up. Jeff, S-P-I-R-A, Jeff Spira. He's got all different kinds of plans. He's got 21 footers, he's got 30 footers, 6 footers, everything that you could imagine. But basically most of his plans involve this thing they call the strong back jig. And this is what is gonna hold the boat up while you're working on the hull. So basically all it is, if you can see here, try and get a good view, is it's a 2x8 coming down with one running perpendicular, and then I just threw a 2x4 in there just to kind of brace it a little more, and I ran, sorry, bad camera, I ran the 2x4s from the stem here, you know, in a triangular manner to brace it a little more that way. And then on top of all that, use 2x8 again right here to brace the actual strong back, which is like kind of like a long spine that runs all the way down the boat. And then from there you individually build frame pieces. So there's, I believe, 11 on this one. So this is the first one. I'll kind of give you a front view. This is kind of a front view of the boat. It's definitely starting to take shape. We got everything nice and even, and you can kind of see if you look down the front, it's all nice and even. But if you download one of his plans, you can see how it's all made. And then here we have the transom, which is kind of a mess right now. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video to walk a beginner through, you know, my experience as a first-time boat builder, and walk them through the challenges that I'm having and things that I'm learning along the way. So hope you liked the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks. So after the strong back is put together on the plans, he gives you specific dimensions to measure each frame piece. So after you do that, you know, you want to install them all nice and plumb, nice and level, and You know, eventually you're gonna have to fair everything, so you're gonna have to make sure that all of your angles on the frames are nice and aligned with one another so that your plywood can contour, because eventually the end goal is to take a massive piece of plywood, you know, epoxy that together and install that to the side. You know, it's going to be the base for your hole, and then later you'll epoxy it and whatnot. But just want to walk you through, you know, what happens after the strong back. So you build the strong back, that's all in place. We put a level on top of it so that we made sure it was nice and level and plumb before we did anything. Because the bottom of our boat is pretty flat, so we wanted to start with something that we could just rest our frame pieces right on top of. So that was the first step. After you take care of that, you know, you eventually build all of your frame pieces and you mount them to the strong back with whatever you got really laying around. I use these little 2x4s cut in half, and I screwed them in nice and plumb so that when I attached my frame pieces to them, I had something for them to grab onto. You know, so you basically, you build your frames, you stack them on top of your spine, and then you level them out and screw them into place, you know, so that you can basically set yourself up for success later. Once you have all those frame pieces in, you can go a number of different ways. I personally, this is my first time, but I've seen other guys on YouTube do it differently. I decided to go right for the keelson. So if you follow me right here, I have scarf jointed this. If you come in close here, you can see I scarf jointed and epoxy glued these two 2x6s together to make it one synonymous piece. And I haven't faired that yet, but eventually what we're gonna do is match the angles of this and this. So when we apply the plywood, you know, it's gonna lay down nice and smooth. There won't be any gaps from the top of this to here. You know, we want that all to have nice wood to wood contact. So that's where I'm at right now. Oh, one thing before I forget. When you build the frames for the spiral boats, at least for this one, he has these, he's calling them deck beams, and it's kind of the way the frame is designed, but this will eventually be where you stand on. You know, you can finish it off however you want later with hardwood or plywood and epoxy or whatever you want to do. There's so many different options, but I just wanted to point that out. You know, it adds you know, strength to the design, I believe, and it also sets you up for a deck later. So that's where I'm at now. I think I've got everything dialed in real nice. So we'll see what happens, and I can catch you up on the next video.